Good day, everyone. So we are here to tackle about the evolution of the Philippine Constitution. So first, we will discuss what is constitution. A constitution is a set of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is governed. These principles typically define the structure of government, the relationship between the government and its citizens. So, in short, ang kaning constitution is a set of fundamental principles wherein diri nakatakel kung giunsa pag-govern or giunsa pag-work ang government. So, if that is the Constitution, so the Philippine Constitution is the supreme law of the Philippines. So, it is just like a rule book for how the country is being governed, outlining the fundamental principles, rights, and structure of the government. So, first, we will tackle the history of the Philippine Constitution. Number one is the Biak na Bato Constitution of 1897. So the 1897 Constitution of Biak na Bato was a significant document in the Philippine Revolution against Spanish rule. It was drafted by Felix Ferrer and Isabelo Artacho in November 1897, while revolutionary forces were regrouping in the Biak na Bato region. This constitution was considered a provisional document establishing a framework for governance during a time of conflict. But kaning nga Biak na Bato Constitution is just like a Cuban Constitution of Jimenez Aguayo, reflecting the shared struggles for independence against colonial power. So, kaning Biak na Bato to end clashes between Filipinos and Spaniard, no, kaning si Emilio Aguinaldo, Pedro Paterno, and Governor General Primo de Rivera volunteered to act as a negotiator. So kani sila tulo mo ni sila ni pirma sa kasunduan para ma-end na ang clashes between the Spaniards and the Filipino. So ang conditions nila sa atong agreement nga ilang nga napirmahan is the Spanish government will grant self-rule to the Philippines in 3 years. So tagaan lang ng Pilipinas og freedom for 3 years nga sila lang ang mag-rule sa ilang government. If Aguinaldo went to exile in Hong Kong and surrendered his arms in exchange for what? For a Mexican peso. 800,000 Mexican peso as remuneration to the voluntaries and an amnesty. But dili lang kaning 800,000 pesos ang gipangako sa mga sa Spanish government nga ihatag sa Philippines, kundi napod sila ihatag nga mga ang 200,000 worth 200,000 Mexican pesos sa mga armas nga ilang isurrender sa Spanish government and 900,000 para sa danyos sa ilang na nabuhat nga impact sa Pilipinas atol ato nga war. So Aguinaldo will receive 800,000 Mexican peso as remuneration to the revolutionaries and an amnesty. And so why Biak na Bato fails? Ngano man daw nga na-fail ang Biak na Bato? The Filipino and the Spaniards did not trust each other. Why? Nganong wala sila nag-trust sa each other? Because ang katong nga mga kasunduan, katong nga mga agreement, no, wala gito man sa Spanish government. Though gitagaan nila 400,000 si Aguinaldo, and Aguinaldo went to Hong Kong jud nga nihawa jud siya diri sa ato ang country, niadto jud siya sa Hong Kong, pero gitagaan na siya half sa ilang agreement, and katong mga agreement nga 900,000 and 200,000 every mga armas nga ilang i-surrender, wala sila nadawat ato. So instead nga ma-end ang clashes between Spaniards and Filipinos, ni padayon pa noon ang ilang war. So moto nga nagfail, and as a result, no, gingon diri as a result, periodic clashes between the two groups still took place even after Aguinaldo's departure from the country. So the Spanish did not pay the entire agreed amount. So mo na siya, wala man gud nagpay ang Spanish sa entire agreed nga amount nga ilang gipangako. So The 1897 Constitution of Biak na Bato is a testament to the Filipino people's unwavering pursuit of independence and their commitment to establishing a democratic society. It stands as a crucial milestone in the country's constitutional history, highlighting the enduring struggle for self-determination and the evolution of governance in the Philippines. So, kung makapangutan na ta nga samtang naggubot na ang between Spanish and the Filipinos, the revolutionaries, nya si Emilio Aguinaldo naa pa sa Hong Kong, ang pangutana sa kadaghanan unsay gihimo ni Emilio Aguinaldo didto sa Hong Kong. So bilang na to nga walay gihimo si Aguinaldo, but his strategies is very efficient, no? Nakigkuan siya, nakig-coordinate siya sa mga US, and dito siya sa US na malit og mga armas para itabang niya kung pag-uli niya sa Pilipinas, mutabang siya sa clashing, no? Mukuan siya sa clashing, and ato nga time na nakuan na end na ang 333 years nga pagsakop sa Spain, sa Spaniards diri sa Pilipinas. And dako nga pagtuon ni Emilio Aguinaldo is kampi nila ato nga time ang US, but it's not true. Kay before pa nga nakig-coordinate si Emilio Aguinaldo sa US, gibaligya na di ay ang Pilipinas sa mga Spaniards dito sa US, worth 20 million dollars. So gibaligya na dayta na makuan sa treaty in Paris nga gibaligya na dayta sa mga Spaniards sa US before pa nga nakikoordinate ang kuan and si Emilio Aguinaldo sa US. So ang thought jud ni kuan Emilio is kakampi nato ang US, but it's not at all. It's not totally nga kakampi nato. Pero at that time nitabang jud ang US para kang Emilio Aguinaldo sa pagbalik niya sa Pilipinas from Hong Kong. So next is the Malolos Constitution of 1899. So first, one of the significant nga nahitabo aning Malolos Constitution is the Declaration of the Philippine Independence. Aguinaldo declares independence on June 12, 1898 in Kawit, Cavite. The declaration implied that the United States was the protector of that independence. The occasion also marked the raising of the Philippine national flag for the first time. So ato nga time mo dito pinaka unang na-raise ang Philippine national flag. So the Malolos Constitution, formerly known as the Political Constitution of 1899, was the constitution of the First Philippine Republic. It was drafted by Felipe Calderon y Roca and Felipe Buencamino and was promulgated on January 21, 1899 in Malolos, Bulacan. The Malolos Congress. The member of the Congress was come from elite. The first significant act of the Congress was the ratification or the independence proclaimed in Kawit, Cavite. So kani nga time nagpatawag Congress si Emilio Aguinaldo para maghimuog ka ng election para ani nga the Congress also proposed to draft a constitution. No, so a move that Mabini opposed. No, a committee was created to draft the constitution on October 8, 1898. So Felipe Calderon presented the draft of his constitution. The constitution was sent to Aguinaldo for approval. On January 21, 1899, Aguinaldo promulgated the Malolos Constitution. So the Malolos Republic on January 23, 1899, the Philippines was inaugurated at Baraswain Church with Aguinaldo as president. So, provisions. Its government was popular, representative, and responsible with three distinct branches: executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. Legislative's powers were vested in the assembly of representatives composed of delegates elected according to law. C. It provided for the separation of the state and the church. The administration of justice was vested on the judicial body, is Supreme Court. So unique features niya, the assembly or the legislative branch was superior to either the executive or judicial branch. It provided for a permanent commission to sit legislative body when the assemble was not in session. It established a unicameral legislator. So kani bitong Malolos Constitution is nagkuano siya nag-focus siya on democracy, ang kaniyang freedom of people. But if mangutan na taway Malolos Constitution fail, the Malolos Constitution, a landmark document in the Philippine history, was short-lived due to outbreak of the Philippine-American War in 1899. So, okay na kayo ang Malolos Constitution after that biak na bato Constitution. Mo ni gitatag ni Emilio Aguinaldo. The Malolos Constitution or the Malolos Republic mo na siya pinakaunang constitution republic on Asia, no? So okay, focusing on democracy good, for the people, the freedom for the people good. Untaan niya nakafocus sa Malolos Constitution, but na-fail lang ni siya because of the impact of the war. So the war erupted shortly after the Constitution's promulgation, disrupting the newly established First Philippine Republic. So this conflict ultimately led to the American colonization of the Philippines and prevented the full implementation of the Malolos Constitution. So kanimanggong kuan Malolos Constitution, no, na tunong dyan siya sa American occupation. So the American occupation further undermined the Malolos Constitution. So wala nila recognize ang First Philippine Republic, no? The US government never recognized the First Philippine Republic or its constitution. Instead, imbes nga i-recognize nila ang kana nga Philippine Republic, na naghimo inon sila og own nila nga colonial administration. This included the establishment of a US-controlled Philippine government with a governor general appointed by the US president. So, imbes nga i-recognize nila ang First Philippine Republic, naghimo nun sila kaugalingon nila nga colonial administration nga. Sila ra gyapon ang nag-control sa Philippine government. Though siguro sila mo mag-appoint sa mga mulingkod sa gobyerno, but sila gyapon ang mag-control sa tanan, no? US-controlled Philippine government. And the US military actively suppressed the First Philippine Republic, culminating in the capture and surrender of the President Emilio Aguinaldo in 1901. This effectively ended the existence of the Malolos Republic and its constitution, marking the end of the First Philippine Republic and ushering in the period of US colonial rule. So, mo ni siya na ang kuan nga because of the impact of war and the American occupation nga never yun nila recognize ang Malolos Constitution. That's why na-fail ra gyapon ang kaning Malolos Constitution. The 1935 Constitution of the Philippines. So naanadiri ang history of 1935 Constitution, naanadiri ang timeline, and I don't think nga i-further pa nako ni siya explain because we all know that the 1935 Constitution mao ni siya ang kaning way para it is one of the way nga para ma-served as the foundation for the Commonwealth of the Philippines. So, mabasa na nato ang kanang timeline niya from 1898, the signing of the Treaty of Paris in Washington, D.C. So, this Treaty of Paris, ikapila na nato siya na discussed before nga mga topics, from lesson 6 to 8 ato na ni siyang mabasa, and diri pod mabasa nato ang katong gibaligya ta sa Spaniards sa mga Spaniards sa US worth $20 million. And dili lang kay 20 million, I guess naghatag pa sila additional nga 7 million, no? In fact, naghatag pa sila jud og 7 million. So, diri na to mabasa, no, ang timeline sa 1935 Constitution of the Philippines, the ratification of the Philippine Bill on 1902, the 1931, the hair horse cutting bill brought by Sergio Osmeña and Manuel Rojas, the Tidings McDuffie Act nga kapila na nato gidiscuss ni nga kuan public law nga ang author is Senator Millard Tidings and Representative John McDuffie. A slight amended version of the hair horse cutting bill signed by President Franklin Roosevelt on March 24, 1938. So natopic na po nato ni siya last lesson 7 I think, no? So history of 1935 Constitution, napadere February 8, 1935 the draft of the Constitution was approved, no? The March 23, 1935 the Constitution was certified by President Roosevelt. On May 14, 1935 it was ratified by the Filipino people by a plebiscite. The 1935 Philippine Constitution, while a step towards independence, had flaws. President lacked power, leading to slow government. Important groups weren't well represented. The U.S. still had too much influence, and importantly, the Constitution's structure allowed for martial law. These weaknesses ultimately led to its replacement. So, no, na-replace gyapon ang 1935. But since ang 1935 Constitution did not fail in the sense of being complete failure, kung makaingon ta nga complete failure gyud ang 1935 Constitution, it is not a complete failure because it served as the foundation for the Commonwealth of the Philippines, a significant step towards Philippine independence. However, it did face challenges and ultimately gave way to a new constitution. So, isa sa mga key points sa 1935 Constitution is the transition to Commonwealth. So, no, natakil na nato. So, the 1935 Constitution established the Commonwealth of the Philippines, granting Filipinos a degree of self-rule while still maintaining ties with the United States. So, naghatag na on this, kaninga time, the transition to Commonwealth, no, naghatag na jud siya og freedom sa mga tawo, no? Naghatag granting Filipinos a degree of self-rule while still maintaining ties with the United States. This transitional period was intended to prepare the Philippines for full independence. So, foundation for democracy. The Constitution introduced a democratic framework with the separation of powers. So ang foundation of the democracy. So, first, transition to Commonwealth. The next, the foundation of democracy. Then, models for future constitutions. So, muna siya served as a model for subsequent constitutions, influencing the Philippines' legal and political framework for decades. So, sa mga challenges and changes, limited independence, political instability. So, mura na yung na-face sa 1935 Constitution of the Philippines. So, dili ta makaingon jud nga completely fail ang 1935, but instead, nahimo siya nga way for democracy and the transition to Commonwealth. So that's the 3 constitution. The next constitution will be tackled by the next reporter, my teammate, my classmate Ralph Encabo. So he will tackle about the 1943 Constitution. Thank you.
Okay, good day everyone. So today I'm gonna tackle about the 1943 Constitution of the Second Philippine Republic. The 1943 Constitution was the constitution of the Japanese-sponsored Second Republic of the Philippines sa 1943 to 1945. So this is about 2 years na sila yung kanilang constitution. It was recognized as legitimate and binding only in Japanese-controlled areas of the Philippines. Sa katong mga nasakop nila ni sa katong mga na-conquered nila nga lugar. So, ang Mindanao, since wala man nila na-conquered, wala apila ni kaning Mindanao sa wala apila Mindanao. So, katong mga conquered nila areas. And, ignored ni siya sa United States government o sa Philippine Commonwealth government is first of all ignore niya sa United States kay product mangguli siya sa Japanese and dili sila gusto na apela sila so mo to ignore nila o sa ignore nila ang Philippine Commonwealth government in next slide. So, 1943 Constitution of the Second Philippine Republic. On June 16, 1943, Premier Hideki Toho promised independence on the Philippines. Siya ang nag-promise sa Philippines nga mag-independence sa June 16. The Calibapi would then form the Preparatory Committee on the Philippine Independence, or the PCPI, composed of 20 delegates, which was tasked with drafting a new constitution. So, dahil sila, 20 kabuok sila, ay di man sila pwede daw mga mag-compose sila og kanang isa ka batas nga isa lang. So, sila og 20 ka delegacies para giatasan siya nga ma-drafts para sa new constitution. Which is katunin sila ang katong PCPI. The Japanese monitored the drafting of the constitution and instructed the members of PCPI nga gipanguluhan ni Jose P. Laurel that the constitution should conform with the principles of the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere. So, moto gipanguluhan sa isa ka Pinoy nga si Jose P. Laurel ang kaning constitution. The new constitution was approved by the PCPI, or the Preparatory Committee on the Philippines Independence, of September 4, 1943. O na-ratified na siya sa Calibapi atong September 7, 1943. So, 3 days din. Pamanabot sa 3 days kay na-ratified na din siya. So, muna siya ang mga articles sa 1943 Constitution. So, article number 1, the Philippines is a Republican State. Number 1 yun na, Republican State ang Philippines mo. Apat daw ang Pilipinas. Okay. May known as the Republic of the Philippines. Article number 2, the President elected from the National Assembly holds executive power, commanding the armed force and wielding veto, decree, martial law, and appointment powers. Motong sa una nga, makadeclare si President Marcos kay naman siya ingani nga power, na siya ingani nga command, na siya power nga mag-command sa isa ka armed force, kay medyo taas-taas siya, na siya power nga o-declare. So, article number 3, the Cameral National Assembly with indirectly elected members and ex-officio governors or mayors has limited legislative power. So, gituyo po nila ni para ang katong mga mayors, mga governors, di sa basta-basta makakreate og isa ka batas nga direct dito. So, nang uban ko ba si makreate og batas nga grabe kayo para wala gihon-hona. So, mag-limit nila para dili ka sila maabusar. So, next is article number 4. So, the judicial power is exercised by the Supreme Court, whose justice, together with judge of lower court, are to be appointed by the President. So, di sila matong batas nga ilang batunon, dili sila basta-basta magbuhat. So, kailangan natin i-appoint nila. I-appoint na President. So, next is Article 5. The President and the Justices of the Supreme Court shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of capable violation of the Constitution, treason, bribery, or other high crimes. The Supreme Court shall have the sole power to try all impeachment. So, para po dili magabusar, na ay gitawag nga impeachment, katangtangon ng isa ka official para dili siya magdugay. Or sa polay na buhat ang Vice President, pero karon sa issue ni VP Sara, so ginapuputaran siya sa tanan nga i-impeach siya kay all to nga issue. So next is Article 6 is define citizenships including natural born Filipino and their descendants, and outlines procedures for losing and regaining citizenships. Article number 8 asserts states ownerships of all nature resources, limiting their exploitation to Filipino citizens. Article number 9 covers general provisions including the national flag, Tagalog as the national language, government auditing, and a prohibition on public officials holding conflicting professions. Article number 11 states that existing laws remain in effect unless superseded by the new constitutions or the National Assembly. Article number 12, the last, is detailed the process of creating and implementing a new constitution post-election. So, ito siya ang mga article gikan sa 1 to 12. So, let's move on to 1973 Constitution. So, the 1943 Constitution was drafted by the 1971 Constitutional Convention, which was composed of 320 elected delegates. So, nagangki sila. Hindi lang 7, 323 yun, 20. So, the convention was led by Tostado Bacapagal, or President sa una, along with Tero Laurel and Vice President Tirol. Then si Huco Jr., Sarmiento, and si Rama. Sila ni mga nangulo sa una sa kaninga constitution. So karon sa una kaninga constitution na si preamble, manang gitawag nga murag ilang panumpa nata. So we, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of divine providence in order to establish a government that shall embody our ideals, promote the general welfare, conserve and develop the patrimony of our nation, and secure to ourselves and our prosperity the blessing and democracy under the regime of justice, peace, liberty, and equality, do ordain and promulgate this constitution. So, muna ang preamble. So, napoy article, 17 kabok article sa 1973 Constitution. So, muna siyang nag-cover sa all aspects sa governance, which is ang article number 1 is national territory, 2, declaration of principles and state policies, 3, citizenships, 4, Bill of Rights, 5, duties and obligation of citizens, 6 is suffrage, 7 is the President and the Vice President, 8 is National Assembly, 9 is the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, 10 is the Judiciary, 11 is the local government, the Constitutional Commission, accountability of the public officers, national economy and the patrimony of the nation, general provisions, amendments, and transitory provision. So, 1976 amendments and government evolution. In October 1976, several amendments were ratified through national referendum. This allowed President Marcos to preside over the interim Batasang Pambansa, retain powers under both the 1935 and 1970 Constitution. So, makaretain siya power sa tuha ka Constitution. So, grabe ka siya ka-power. Appointing deputy prime ministers, continue legislative authority until martial law ended. So, grabe kayo basta mag-martial law siya. Grabe ka siya power. Issue laws through decrees and instruction during emergencies. So, in 1981, further changes introduced a modified parliamentary system where the president gained strong executive powers while the prime minister remained head of the government, similar to the French system. So, para sa French system, ang prime minister gabi kaya ang power sa president, pero naapoy power ang prime minister nga mo po siya magulo-ulo sa government. Wag mo tawag ba ng magkatabang na ilang siya dili lang ang president, ang prime minister but. So 1986 is Freedom Constitution. The 1986 Freedom Constitution was created after the EDSA People Power Revolution, which removed President Marcos from the power. So tungod aning EDSA or the People Power Revolution na remove noon si President Marcos sa power. Wala si gahom. Ay tungod ni President Corazon Aquino issued this temporary constitution on March 25, 1986 to help the country move from dictatorship to democracy. Tungod ni President Marcos nga grabe na kayo mo rin nagway freedom ang Philippines sa unang panahon. So moto, tungod ni President Corazon Aquino issued the temporary constitution kay kitabangan niya na ang country ma-move gikan sa dictatorships na move na into democracy. So medyo free na ta sa diktador. So this constitution gave President Aquino full authority to lead the government while preparing for a new permanent constitution. It also kept importance protection for the people's rights. So grabe kaning 1986 Freedom Constitution tungod lang ani murag natangtang ang dictatorship nga era na ilistan into democracy country. Then tungod ani pod nakip ang importance na protektahan ang mga people's rights. So nate mga right di pre sa una nga grabe kay mo tagi pinariso. So the 1986 Freedom Constitution played a big role in bringing back democracy to the Philippines. It helped rebuild trust in the government and prepare the way for the better legal system. Tungod aning Freedom Constitution na frita sa murag pagkagapos or pagkakulong atong era. So let's move into 1987 Constitution. So sa katuig guro ni sa katuig. So the 1987 Constitution was made after the People Power Revolution in 1986 which ended the Marcos dictatorships. End na siya. President Marcos Aquino created the Constitutional Commissions motingon niya to write a new and permanent constitution on the country. So na-approve siya through Filipino people through national votes. Gibotaran siya sa tibok Pilipinas on February 2, 1987. So moto na-approve siya. Hindi lang siya bot ni Corazon which is gibotaran siya na sa tibok Pilipinas. Filipino people. So quick facts ta. So gibuhat ang kaning constitution is 1986 gibuhat ratified through a national plebiscite, so which is gibutaran and replaced sa temporary 1986. So gipulihan niya kadyot lang ang Freedom Constitution. So yung gipulihan para murag naay kanang kabaguhan mo. Okay. So since nabago na kanang tungod na tong 1987 Constitution na bago naman by tungod ni President Corazon na bago na po ang preamble. So muna siya ang preamble of the 1987 Constitution. We the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God, in order to build a just and human society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations, promote the common goods, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our prosperity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of law and a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, do ordain and promulgate this constitution. Then nabago man ang preamble, nabago na po ang articles, which is gitawag siya articles of the 1987 Constitution. So sa na po sila. So mo sila ikan sa Article 2, Article 18. May na 17.1 na dungag isa. Mga siya national territory, declaration of principles and state policies, Bill of Rights, citizenship, suffrage, legislative department, executive department, manuwag na sila, judicial department, constitutional commission, local government, accountability of public affairs, national economy, patrimony, social justice and human rights, education, science and technology, arts, culture, sports, the family, general provisions, amendments, or revisions, statutory provision. So, grabe ginabago, katora. Nabago yung tanan. Bago tanan. So, last is the significant features of the 1987 Constitution. So the Constitution established the Philippines as a democratic and republican states where the sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. Section 1, Article 2, consistence with doctrine of separation of powers. The powers of the national government are exercised in main by three branches. The executive branch headed by the president. So, pinaka-president yun ang magida na. Then, the legislative branch composed of Congress, mga congressman, and the judicial branch with Supreme Court occupying the highest tier of judiciary. Ano sila? Unang president, sunod ang Congress, and sunod ang Supreme Court. Siyempre, pinakataas yun ang president. Muna siya legislative. Sunod din ang Congress, din sunod ang Supreme Court. So, makilid is Section 1, Article 2, the Philippines is a democratic and republican state. Sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. Okay. So, the 1987 Constitution is very important. Why? Because it brought back freedom, democracy, and justice after years of authoritarian rule. So, katunan siyang panahon ni Marcos. It continues to serve as the highest law of the land today. So, tungod ani nga constitution, ikan sa dictatorships, naabot sa freedom country which is gitawag of democracy. And that's all about my report about the constitutions. Thank you.